Jay, Gavin said, it feels worse than it is because it's happening all at one time. I guess, what is your messaging to the kids?
We're going to stick with it, and we play cleaner baseball. Tough to have some lessons and losses but sometimes it grabs the team's attention, and I'm ready to get into a routine now. We can practice tomorrow. I got it all laid out, ready to go. I wanted to win tonight, whether we won or lost tonight. Like, we need to get back together and, kind of my traditional practice format. I don't think I set the team up for success with this schedule, how I had it laid out. I do believe we have enough to be successful in it, but, I'm going to own that part of it, learn from it, adjust it in future years. But I do think we will gain value. I mean, that's clearly a top 25 team, in my opinion. Northeastern will roll the CAA. So I'm glad that we're exposing some things, both baseball-wise that we need and will do better, and then some personnel things and getting clarity. Like I said, we've done a really good job for 4 years and 8 games into this, of being able to learn those things while we're winning them. A little bit of a speed bump, and I'll use that to make this team better.
How disappointing has the start of the year been for you with the defense?
I think you look at each play situation in that play. I think I wouldn't give it a collective statement. I wouldn't say that that's the case. I think we clearly had some difficulty at first base in the game the other night. That personnel decision that I got to do a good job with. Tonight, they're going to force you to play fast catch. They do it as good as anybody that I've seen. And I mean, I was very reckless offensive approach and coach, early in my career. I've coached against Matt forever. You know what you're going to get, and they executed perfectly, man. I mean, I don't even know if that was a strike. That they had the hit and run, and Amity leaned over the plate and hit it hard, and they're going to put pressure on you with the base running and force you to play fast catch. So, the ball that York didn't make the play on, or Aaron Beatty dropped, I don't know how hard it was hit. It was hit hard. And we need to be comfortable playing fast catch. I don't know that we'll play anybody outside of Kentucky. Vanderbilt probably in the past has played a similar style to these guys. So even if it's a loss, it's a very valuable game to be prepared for those things.
For those who don't know what fast catch is, could you sort of...
Just in the infield, within the infield, and handling bunny game, running game, cuts and relays, you name it. Basically everything team defense-wise.
The pass balls, wild pitches, is that concerning now?
Well, I'll say this. Like, when that number goes up, there is a correlation with making it harder to win games.
You keep talking about, the front-heavy schedule and everything like that. Do you think if these younger and the newer guys that have never really done this before, if they can get over that mental hump with tired and all the things?
Yes, they can. Yeah, I'm not even using that. Like, they all want to play professional baseball, so this is a training ground for that, and that's a lot more difficult than this is. I don't want that to. It's just something I'm going to evaluate. It's not an excuse for a game that we didn't play as well as we wanted to, or losing a game. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's just something I will evaluate in the future to make sure we can get prepared to be the best team that we possibly can be, while putting ourselves in position to be successful. And I believe I said it before we won or lost any game, that this is a good schedule, this year. You're taking perennial, it's kind of like, and I don't even know if we need to do it, because the SEC is so strong, from an RPI standpoint, but they will win a lot of games. Northeastern will win a lot of games. Creighton will win a lot of games. Sacramento State, as they get into conference play, will win a lot of games. Kent State will win a lot of games. And then obviously, 3 Power 5 opponents, So I think it will have value. And I think, we're past that point now. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. And then I think Oklahoma's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think that's the only one until the last one, and it's a Tuesday. So we're past that. This is about the Cajuns played great baseball tonight, and they made it difficult on us on both sides of the ball, and they deserve to win the game.
How do you prioritize the issues that you think your team has?
you can't tackle everything at one time. And what I do like is I like the guys that are going to pitch the next 3 games. I know the 4 guys I'm going to go to now at this point in time. A little bit of an old skip, style of you have 8. Doesn't mean we don't only have 7 or 8, but I know where we're headed, and I feel really good about that piece of it. With that, the position player side, we're going to have to continue to mix and match a little bit. Prioritizing, I'm going to get them in small groups tomorrow. I'm really going to go hands-on on the hitting thing more than I have probably in my time at LSU, even though it's my baby, you know what I mean? But like next level to help some of these guys out, because I believe we have good players that can play better offensive baseball than they are. And so, with the pitching, the offense, the defense, I care about it all, and I think that's what the head coach does, is they lean in. I spent more time on this pitching staff leading into the season than I have, because I wanted to try to get the pieces lined up, and we're 14 games in, and I feel like I know what we have there, and I'm looking forward to them keeping us in ball games. And offensively, we just need to help make some of those pitching decisions a little easier by helping them out. And I don't remember, in 24 we had the tough stretch at SEC play, but since we've been here, 5-game offensive scuffle is probably as long as we've had, and we'll be okay. If the players bring the right attitude, we'll get it right.
I'll change the tune a little bit. Brown, Curiel, Milam, Fairway. I mean, pretty good swings tonight. Was that
they did, yeah, I think so. I think Derek's in a good spot. He's had some really good games. He's had 5 really good games this year, where he's probably even elevated his play from last year. He's had a couple that maybe aren't as good. He's going to be fine. That's when I feel good about what this team can accomplish. He'll be right at the center of that, probably in the leadoff spot. So I feel good about that. I think Jake has got so much ability, and again, it's probably he started 48 or 49 games last year. You guys would know better than me, but he's not coming out, and he's not falling below 3rd in the order. So it's another good piece to feel good about. I think some of the rest of it, we got some work to do to still get it lined up right, but it's not just getting it lined up right. It's if whoever we put in there is playing as good as they can, the construction of it will work a lot better.
Do you think Louisiana's aggressive style of offense put more pressure on your
We know exactly what we're dealing with. Like I said, Mike, I have a history with him long before we ever both showed up at these schools, and it's massive respect. If you took a picture of the board in home, we knew exactly what happened, and they credit them. They executed 2 hit and runs in the first inning. The guy worked a good walk on Gavin. They're Markle, who played a great game tonight for them. The bunt play, he's really fast and he can do it. We know what we're dealing with, and it was such a good bunt. The only thing we could have done that would have maybe kept that at a 1-run inning or a 2-run inning is probably not throw the ball to first base. But you're not throwing them out right there. So nothing of surprise. Just got to execute. And, that's why I'm excited to go back to practice, to help put the players in position to execute better.
The deal with Gavin, was that a look? Maybe it's seeing something for him, or is that?
He's the most competitive player in the program. One of my favorite pitchers of all time, of billions of years of doing this. I knew what type of competitor we would get, and this is an awesome atmosphere, man. This is really good, and I thought he would get us off to a good start, and I don't think he did anything not to get us off to a good start. I think they played the game the way they wanted to play the game on us, and they did. Like I said, I'm going to give them the credit tonight.
Good time for a couple more.
Kevin mentioned this, and you say this a lot. It's not so mumuch about winning and losing; it's how y'all play.
Yeah.
What do you think's missing from the way that y'all are playing right now?
Well, we want to score more runs. That's just, we want to score more runs. I'm going to try to keep it simple. And then we have to stay out of the beginning. And that is going to be the biggest predictor in winning and losing. And then those are usually created by free bases. We're not getting enough of those on offense right now. And so we need to look at our hallmark or plate discipline or approach to create those. And we've created a bunch of them in our time here when we've been really successful. And then you suppress big innings by not giving them. And the second 3-run inning, obviously, the bunt got thrown down the line, but it started with, I think it was LaSalle. It was LaSalle. Just stayed inside the ball with 2 strikes and hit the ball hard this way. Like, they played really good offensive baseball tonight.
Over the last 6 games or so, you guys haven't struck out a ton. You're still
No, we did
generating-
tonight.
Well, you did tonight, but overall, I'm just saying, and same with the walks. There have been at least some walks. Is it just an execution piece, or is this still like a mental approach piece for you on the offense?
I think, like I said, I think it's a guy-by-guy deal. I think, working mindset. Last Sunday, they know what I feel about what needs to be there from a mindset standpoint, and it certainly still can be better. But I do think it was better tonight. I think that will be fine. I think it's we need to hit mistakes better, and we need to create more free bases, and we need to sustain more consecutive quality at bats. Like, to me, it's like when somebody has a quality at bat, like we put 3 in a row there. Trent hits the homer. Derek, I think it was an infield single, but he uses his speed. Jake hits one through the right side. We're first and third. That one more quality at bat right there changes the game, and we're not getting that right now. And you don't have to look too far back. You go to the College World Series, like the last game of the year. We get a couple guys on, and we get a 2-run single with the bases loaded. We bunt 2 guys over, and Derek hits one hard up the middle. Like, when you win, you're getting 2 or 3 in a row. We need to get some sustained quality at bats, and it doesn't even have to mean hit after hit after hit. But we need to create more free bases, and we need to hit some mistakes better.